like Matt at Quantum of Conscience often says, there's never been a time that what's going on, the layers, we hypothesized and it was too crazy. Basically, like, we're not thinking crazy enough to what's going on. Now, just from the past like 2 days, starting to trust my natural abilities to sense and feel what's going on around me, and willing to say, no matter how crazy or how hard it might hurt, I want to see what's going on and the patterns that have been going on as clearly as possible. And I'm not there yet, but I'm starting to see what has really been going on. You know, patterns, and also too, like the movies, right? One of the things I wrote recently is, unless if it's fiction, your TV is lying to you, because the movies and the fiction is metaphors of what's going on, kind of like the Bible. The Bible is metaphor for what's going on. You are the branches that produce much fruit, but only through me, for I'm the vine, the divine. That's what our source is, the stem. And see, the thing is the branches, I don't know if you can see those branches or not, need the stem, but the stem also needs the branches. Before the whole convid started, the planned emic, I said this before in another video, I made the commandment from within. I want the system to expose itself more. And shortly after, I found out that most people are the system. Especially, some represent more than others, but especially those that are like the pro-mask are the system. And anyone from the African American community who's watching this, often when you guys think that you're fighting the system, the man, you're doing exactly what they want you to. Now, you might just be it turns out most people are just totally different than me. I couldn't see this before, but including people that are close to me, they're something totally different. Been watching, back to the movie thing, the videos about the vampires, especially Daybreak. If you haven't seen that movie, Daybreakers, I definitely recommend watching that. It's like in the future, they figured out that the vampire virus, if you inject yourself with it, as long as you stay out of the sun and whatnot, you are not prone to any diseases, you're strong, and you can live longer. So they take over, they start farming humans, but then they start running out of humans, and shit starts breaking down, and the humans want to, winning. There's like little rebels that hide, and then the vampires want to, some of them turning back, they find like the cure for the vampire virus. Anyways, most people, if there are others like me out there, which I think there is, they try to keep us, divide and conquer, right? Without people like me, most people wouldn't exist. They need our attention, our mind to think about things. Think about them. Think about situations that involve them. Now, I say this with my current situation going on right now. I'm not going to go into details. But testing, they'll take stuff of yours, right? So you think about them. They'll get in your way Like when they need their fix, kind of like the vampires, they need the blood of the humans. And they go out for a while, then they'll do something to get your attention back on them so they can keep on existing. It's something Matt said of quantum science recently. Anyways, yeah. Like I said last night, these narcissistic, vampiric, whatever, they're kind of like dream projections / NPCs / vampires that need you thinking about them. And keep in mind this, like the system, right? Everything that you've been taught, everything, especially your morals, everything you've been taught, including when you started waking up, the system had plans to keep you in pre-packaged belief systems. If the Earth is not a oblate spheroid, aka round, then it has to be flat. What shape is my dreams, right? At night. Yeah, it sounds crazy to, if you're judging off of a prepackaged belief system that you were given, that most people don't exist if ones like me turn our attention to something else, like ourselves. We recapture our attention, our energies and emotion to make something different. And God, there's other things I wanted to say, but it's kind of like this. You can see it, but Chris, remember, you're always creating. I want to share a few things on my fridge, actually. I forget where I heard this, but I really liked it. You know, it's not just about love, and no, it's change, as like the change that we've been experiencing, what it's leading up to, is gonna be major upheaval and like real chaos, beautiful chaos. Anyways, you can see it. Enlightenment causes revolt. I worship, right? I worship not their gods of fear, stupidity, death, submission, the state, money, worthless paper backed by stupidity, safety, aka tyranny, etc., etc. This is serious. Like the star, serious. They turn 99% of the people around you into mindless, brain-eating zombies. And then it says small right there by zombies. Thank the gods. They're extremely predictable. Reclaim yourselves, because you have multiple lovers and killers we are, right? Reclaim yourselves, even though no one else seems to be receiving from themselves such salvation. It is my divine given born right to sanctify myself. Let the dead bury the dead. Let the sick tend the sick. But back to what, like, the main premise of this video is, like, what I'm saying. But the narcissistic, vampiric people, how they need your attention to exist. I don't know if they start pulling it away, if they'll just start killing each other. Like, this year might be very bloody, or starting this year. Or if they'll just vanish. I don't know, we'll see. But that's why you can't get through to anybody. And that's why when you first started waking up, right, or at least me, they tried to get you to suffer more. They tried to convince you to go into a psych ward or whatever. They basically did everything they could to fuck, at least me, to fuck me up. But I always want to be okay. And it's funny, as we're starting to not to care as much as like the things that we used to care about, we're still always okay. Because we're starting to see. But yeah, that's why you can't wake up anybody. Because if you wake up, they're fucked. Most people, not just system. I mean, remember, when have we gone too far in the pursuit of truth? Where it was too, yeah, when have we gone too far? No, it's we're not going far enough. Oh, this is the number for growth, 2.7183. Got that from the Undoing Yourself book. I haven't read this one in a while. I hope you guys. Free of the shackles of this world, I am bringing a new. Relentlessly be you. Let's start that over. Free of the shackles of this world, I am bringing a new. Relentlessly be you. It is impossible to negotiate with insanity. So be in touch with what you truly want. Always. Don't be baited and switch to all the distractions. Every concept, belief, thought, direction, so-called facts, etc., it's completely out of touch with what actually is happening. Everybody knows nothing, so why get all worked up with them? But, you know, everybody knows everything. If you don't believe me, just ask them, I'll tell you. That's my grandma. See, it seems like we have a connection. If you're ever in Jupiter, in South Florida, I highly recommend this restaurant, Guadabana's. The place is so cool. Now, here we go. The herd's morality is immoral. The mother of their morals is fear. That's kind of like an offshoot of something Nietzsche said. Good news. Nothing they said is true. Or is it everything they said was a lie? So don't worry, because you don't know what anything is. Feel free to debate me on any subject. Fair warning, I am a master debater. Symbol of Saturn. Right? My virtue to know God and not just know of Him. This is it's hard to explain, but it's a breathing technique that came to me. Actually, it's a good reminder. I need to start just working out the kinks on that. Those who programmed you don't know shit. That's right. Those who program you don't know shit. Also, everyone. So go into the subconscious and replace all the rules in there with your own emotions, behaviors, etc. Connect yourself to yourselves. Ascending and descending breath. Wrote this as the ox pulls, right? When the memories of the past and expectations of the future cease to exist, I will exist in transcending into something more. Next one. Freedom begins in the mind. Power begins in the mind. Who is anyone to tell me the way things are? They're prisoners and policemen of the obey belief system. They don't know what's possible. He who has the power to define has the ultimate power. Symbol of Saturn, someone blue. So, yeah. That's why you can't wake anyone up. That's why people are just going along with this mask shit. Because they're not like you. And when you start waking up, you got over the tension of that the world caused you, and also waking up like the tension of like, fuck, I don't know anything. Deeper and deeper you go. I don't know. So we're supposed to create, but we need brainwashing, right? See, they put everything in reverse. Brainwashing is what we need from our brain contamination. This fungus, this virus thing that was put in our atome, and which stored energies to create all that, nonsense. I mean, maybe they won't disappear or kill each other. Maybe they'll transform into, Nietzsche said, like, with the higher man, he saw the future, which is, like, now, not being kind to the higher man, the higher being. But, so it's also made us, he was also a fan of, a great teacher. Right? I don't think it's always going to be the greatest teacher, but suffering. Like in the past, general population supported the higher man who would make the way for all of humanity. It's been totally turned against that now, us. But I'm feeling that it's shifting again to support us. And since we had the herd, the masses, which is a powerful force when united or whatever, working totally against us, so much so that we didn't even know that what we were or whatever, and it was like forbidden to even say such a thing. It's made us tougher. So I think now is the beginning of what Nietzsche saw, the Ubermensch, the Overman, the Superman, the higher man, which I've heard multiple different translations, but it can include women. See, but like for the longest time, I thought that what total freedom and power for a woman was the same thing as what it is for a man. Now, like say 2 years ago, I come up like, no, it could actually be the exact opposite. Like total freedom for a woman could be, which I'm not a woman, I'm not claiming, which I don't think I am a woman. I mean, everything's been reversed, so total power and freedom is a woman finding perhaps masculine, a man good enough to totally surrender to. That is her freedom, possibly. I don't fucking know. And I'd ask women, but like a lot of times I've found out, generally speaking, with a lot of women, whatever they state about themselves, the exact opposite is true. So it's like the beginning of Beyond Good and Evil. Supposing that truth is a woman, what then? A woman's prerogatives to change your mind. And thank God for all that shit. Men do like center things, which is a thing for that. But too much of that, like too much convention, right, is death. That's where we're kind of at. It's kind of, I've been told that this age was supposed to be feminine, and the masculine had taken it over aspect, or was used to take over, hijack it. So, one of my favorite quotes is, through chaos, women, right, generally speaking, through chaos we are born, through convention we die. And I think it's long enough for it. What do you think?